Hi there, hope you're all doing well. With the release of Shatterpoint, I thought it's about time I paint up some of these stormtroopers I printed out a while ago. Even though they aren't in Shatterpoint yet, there's nothing really stopping you swapping out the clones for these guys. Being a 3D print though, this guy is actually scaled incorrectly. He's one of the Remnant troopers from Skullforge Studios. He was black and white Zenithal primed, and I get started with all of his underlayer with British Khaki. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. You could also join Discord using the link in the description, where you can share anything you have been working on. With the bulk of his clothing now done, I came in with burnt umber for all of the leather parts such as his boots and gloves. As this guy is an officer of some kind, he has the orange shoulder pauldron. I did mess this up a little bit and it's not quite screen accurate now. You're supposed to have some black on the orange, but I've just done the entire thing in rust orange. It works out okay in the end and just looks a bit more like they've customized their armor a bit more. For his base and the highlight over the khaki, I used golden brown. This is just to pick up the very tips of the folds. I leave the flat areas as there's no real need to do this and I don't plan on washing the mini. His sleeves are rolled up, so there's a small bit of exposed skin. This gets done with sunny skin tone. Now for the black parts with Death Reaper. This is for the eye lenses, the weapon, and what I'm assuming are power packs on his bandolier. Finishing up the base colours, I get started on the white. These guys aren't going to be taking care of their armour as well as they would have been during the Rebellion era, so I get started with warm grey. This is a good base coat for white and still gives it a bit of a grimy look. To bring that armor up to a bit more of a white color, I went over the Maggiorito with Trooper White. Being white though, this does take a couple of coats, but also goes on pretty well and doesn't have that sort of superior chalk look that the other ones do. Highlighting up the black parts, I used the cold Quartz Blue, just to bring up some of those edges and add a bit of depth. The Polden was too flat for my liking, so I grabbed orange Flair, brought up the majority of it, just leaving that darker colour in the recesses. This doesn't cover perfectly though, and that actually helps sell that weathered old armour look. The final highlight is Wasteland Brown for the leather parts. I wanted to break up the black just a little bit more, so it's Surcoat Silver, and just brought up a few of the parts on the power packs and any of the tips on the weapons. Finishing off, I add sandy desert texture, as you can't have a worn down stormtrooper without them being on Tatooine. And that would be it for the Remnant Trooper. Considering that I didn't put a wash on this mini that I do for pretty much all of my other minis, this came out pretty good. I did add a tough to do base just to break it up a bit, as it looked a bit bland. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. You could also join Discord using the link in the description, where you can share anything you have been working on. As always, if you want a closer look at this mini, check out my Instagram page. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you enjoyed. Most importantly though, be kind to each other.